All right, thanks for tuning in to Leading Forecasts and Wind. It seems like forever since we've done one of these, but we've had so much going on with the Storm Chasers convention last weekend. Man, it doesn't seem like it's been a week since that. It seems like it was yesterday. Time is flying by. We're getting into chase season, thank goodness. All right, let's go on over. Speaking of storms, we had severe weather down here today, and that's what you're seeing out here across the Atlantic as this front starts to move off here. And thunderstorms getting out here. You can see some of this convection going on. And with this low up here spinning, we're getting some very strong winds wrapping around the back. It's blowing like crazy out here across Indiana. Let's go on over to the radar. And you can see some showers up here across the northeast. Some showers still lingering down across the Gulf of Mexico, and some new stuff coming on board here across the Pac Northwest. Current watches and warnings, there are some winter storm watches and warnings across Maine, up towards the upstate of New York, northern Vermont, northern New Hampshire. We also have some winter storm warnings across the northern plains here, as well as some winter weather advisories. But other than that, we're pretty quiet. You'd see those severe thunderstorm or tornado watches going up across the eastern portion of the United States and along the coastline earlier today. And in fact, we can see here some of the reports from those, and we can zoom in a little bit here, and you can see tornado reports mainly out across South Carolina. We did have a loner down here in Georgia. There's your big swath of storms that moved through, dumping some hail and high wind, and like I said, a few tornadoes as well. There's your reports. 152 reports in all coming out of the east and southeast today. Going on over to the current weather pattern, this is as we get into Sunday, the 500 millibar trough. We have a little bit of a trough coming in here, and then a bigger one starting to come in off the west coast here. And this is as we get into Monday, and this is going to be our next storm producer here. This thing is going to eventually run out into the plains here, and this is as we get into Tuesday. And here's your 500 millibar low, your trough starting to dig in. Takes on a little bit of a negative tilt, almost still neutral at that point. And then as we get into Thursday, here's your 500 millibar low. And these things starting to phase in here and starting to really dig in, getting a lot of vorticity around this thing, especially out here. And you can see some good diffluent flow here coming off of in the 500 millibar pattern. And I think we'll probably start to see some kind of storms somewhere on Tuesday that could be severe, and we'll kick out of that. Let's go on over. This is the GFS. This is as we get into tomorrow. Here's your high pressure system out across the eastern portion of the United States, another low pressure system trying to get its act together out to the northwest. And then as we get into Sunday, low pressure system coming up here, spreading some snow right along the Canada-U.S. border. Some showers and thunderstorms going on potentially down across the southeast, nothing severe. Just a few little rumbles and cold air, still chilly air, I should say, across the northern portion of the United States. As we get into Monday, here's that next low we're watching as it comes out here. Cold air still sticking around out through this area. Some showers, maybe even a couple rumbles of thunder out here across the plains. I don't expect anything too major on Monday. But as we get into Tuesday, here's this big low pressure system sitting here. Your warm front's coming in somewhere out here. Your cold front's dangling down here. So you end up getting severe weather. It's hard to say, really, right at this point. Low pressure here with a warm front here and a cold front coming down through here. You're definitely going to get some storms firing out here ahead of the cold front, but the question will be how many storms we get along this warm front here. As you can see, definitely precip breaking out from Cincinnati up towards Indianapolis, Terre Haute, Urbana, Champaign, even back maybe towards St. Louis along this warm front. Wherever it goes, I think there'll definitely be the threat for a few severe storms. We'll have to wait and see. The moisture is the big issue right now. Still in February, early spring. In fact, more like late winter. So dew points are still struggling, even though we're still seeing very, very warm and above average sea surface temperatures. But I imagine once we get into March, we won't, especially mid-March when we normally see the potential for, we're going to struggle with dew points. I think we'll see easily dew points into the upper 50s and 60s, with that above normal Gulf. Anyways, I've bantered on enough here. So that's all we have. We'll keep a watch on the system coming in next week, and the long-range forecast looks even more interesting. So that's all I have for now. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great weekend.